Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing some electrical work at this pond here. And basically someone just wants to convert two light fixtures over to electrical outlets, and they're going to be GFCIs. Now if you look carefully here, you've got some bare Romex wiring just going straight into the ground, which is not the safest thing. So we're just going to be replacing these and converting them over to outlets. And one of those outlets is going to power this pump so that this pump could be plugged in directly into that outlet. And what's happened was they were using this extension cord over here to give power to the pump. So this extension cord was basically running all the way through the yard, and it was getting its power from this outlet at the pool. So we're basically going to be converting this over to an outlet, and as you can see, that bare Romex just goes straight into the ground, and it has a jumper that goes over to this other light fixture over there, and we're going to be plugging that pump right into there, and then that's the other light fixture that we need to convert. So after turning off the breaker, I'm going to be using this tester to just confirm that there's no power on this line going in. And right now, we are completely dead. We have no voltage going there. So we're going to start taking this thing apart, and this is going to be where the line comes in. So we're going to do a test shortly just to see which one is the line coming in and which one is the jumper to the other light fixture. So right off the bat, I can see that there's a box in here underground, and we're going to just take a closer look and see what we're dealing with. So I'm just going to clear out some of this dirt. And as you can see, this is a regular box that they used electrical tape to kind of try to seal up. And it's not ideal for underground. Let me just look inside this box here and see how it looks. So right now you can see there's a lot of rust, and it just looks like a mess. And a metal box is not ideal for outside. So we're going to get rid of this metal box. We're going to replace everything with plastic boxes, and we're going to convert this over to an outlet. So I'm cutting all of this off, and I'm going to do a test by turning the breaker back on just to make sure everything is clear and out of the way. And when you turn the breaker back on, you can use your tester and see which one is energized, and you'll know which one is the line. So here I have voltage, and here I don't, and here I have voltage. So I know that is the line coming in. So now after turning off the breaker, I see that this does not have any voltage anymore, so I can safely work on it. So I'm just going to eliminate this box entirely. And now that we know that that's the line or the power that's coming in, we can completely eliminate the jumper, and we'll run new wiring for that. So here I'm just going to dig, and I'm going to mount a 2x4 into this ground, and this is where I'm going to basically screw everything in and use this as a support for all the electric. So I'm going to fill this in and just try to stabilize this while I'm working on it. And here's where I'm just going to have the power come in into this junction box. And then right above the junction box, I'm going to put an outlet. So as you can see, the junction box is too big for the 2x4. So I'm going to cut an extra piece of wood to extend it so I can be able to fit this junction box onto this mount. So here I'm just pre-drilling some holes into the piece of wood, and I'm going to mark out where the junction box is going to go. And now I'm going to secure that piece of wood. And here now I have enough space to screw in my junction box. So I'm just going to make a little line to where I'm going to take this up to the outlet. Today I'm going to be using some 12-2 Romex. I'm going to be using this Taymac GFI, and I'm going to put that Taymac GFI into the link so you can go on Amazon and get it. Here's a box that I'm just putting some plugs in. Close it up. And here is a fitting that I'll be using to run some flex conduit. So I'm just going to take this lock ring out of here because I'm not going to be using that. I'm not going to be needing it. And this box has threading, so I'm just going to thread this on straight into the box. Now this is 3/4 inch, but you can use 1/2 inch as well. I chose to use 3/4 inch because it's just a lot easier to feed wire through it. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to measure out a short piece from the junction box to go up to the first outlet that I want to put. And here I'm just measuring it out, and I'm just going to use a hacksaw to cut this flex hose. Now this conduit is very easy to work with. So basically I'm going to tighten this fitting onto the junction box, and I'm running the flex conduit from the junction box to the outlet box. So I'm actually setting up another fitting on the junction box for the jumper to the second outlet, and I'm just going to plug everything up. And here now I'm going to open up this fitting here, screw everything out, and then you want to really push this down firmly until it's fully seated. And once you do that, you can start to screw it in, and it'll compress onto this flex hose. And so this stuff is pretty easy to work with. You can just tighten that up. Now I'm just pre-fitting everything here because it's a lot easier than just screwing it in and then trying to do this while it's on that piece of wood. So here I'm going to run some Romex. Now this is designed for outdoors as well. It's rated for direct burial. And what I'm going to do is just strip it enough so where I can connect everything to the outlet and connect everything in the junction box. So I'm just going to feed this through to the outlet box and to the junction box. And I'm just going to tighten everything down, and then I'll connect all the wiring once I mount this to my piece of wood. Now once again, you want to really make sure this is seated nicely and it's going to be a good watertight connection. So this is pretty easy, pretty straightforward with connecting this piece. And you want to really make sure that everything is nice and tight. And there it is. So now we're going to take the whole thing over and we're going to mount it to this piece of wood. And you really want to make sure that you have enough space to work to get everything into the box. And here I'm now putting a second piece of wood to make sure I have enough space to mount the outlet box at the top. And so it's going to look like this. And we're going to just secure this box now to the top, and then we can begin installing the outlet. Now here's a Tamac brand. It comes with a GFCI in it, and it comes with this cover. So I'll put a link in the description so you guys can go and order it off of Amazon if you'd like. And this is how it's going to look when I install it. So this is a GFCI. It's a ground fault circuit interrupter, and it's a fast acting circuit breaker designed to shut off electrical power, in the event of a ground fault. And it happens within as little as 1/40th of a second. That's fast. So you want to really make sure that you hook this thing up correctly. The black wire goes to the smaller prong, which is usually the gold screw. And this is the ground, which is this bare wire right here. You want to put that into the green screw. So that's your ground. And then your white is going to go to the bigger prong side of the outlet, which is usually the silver screw. And it goes right in there. So this is going to be your return. And we're going to secure this here. So you just want to make sure that that's wired up correctly. And that's how it looks. So this is the cover here. It's got holes, one at the top, and one at the bottom, and we're going to put the screw through there and secure the outlet and the cover together into the box. And once we get that secured, we can move on to the next step. So you want to be careful using a gun on this one. You could use the gun just to get it mostly in there, and then just use a screwdriver to avoid over tightening it, because then it could just damage the holes, and then would have to get a whole different box again. So this won't reset until there's actually voltage there. So here I'm just going to run a piece of conduit for the line coming in from the PVC, and here we're going to just push this dirt around here again just to make sure that this piece of wood is secure. And now we're going to run some flex conduit for the jumper to the second outlet, and you're going to want to strip this. So we dug a trench to run this conduit through so it's buried, and we're running it over to a second outlet. So what we're going to do here, once we have that over there, we're going to install this straight into the junction box. So this is basically going to be set up exactly as the first outlet that we ran above it. It's just going to have a longer conduit, but it's the same exact wiring. So here I had a little trouble tightening this here because of the wood. So I had to loosen the left side of the box just to give enough space so I can fully tighten this up. Just be prepared to shift around your wood piece in case you need to access anything. So as you can see, I've had to move this thing around a few times just to get everything lined up, but not too difficult. Once that's in place, you could just put the dirt back in place. Now here, I'm going to start wiring up everything with the line that is coming in, and one is going to go to the first outlet and one is going to go to the second outlet. So the first thing I'm doing here is I'm taking the ground, and I got 3 wires here, 3 grounds, one to each outlet and one from the feed that's coming in, and I'm going to wire nut that up together and make sure that's nice and tight and secure. You just want to make sure that everything is secure here. So here I'm just kind of taking my time and making sure that it's making proper contact. And now I'm going to do the return, which is your white wire, and one is going to each outlet and one is coming from your feed. And you're going to wire nut that up together. And again, you want to make sure that's secure and there's no loose wires in there. And the last thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to wire up the line, which is your black wire that's coming in here. And we're going to wire nut all 3 wires together. And so it's going to get its power from the feed that's coming in, and that power is going to go to both outlets. And once we get this in here, we'll be good to go to put on this cover. And this cover is an all-weather cover. And as you can see, it's got some weatherproofing material here and some screws. So this is pretty straightforward. You just want to make sure that you seal this and tighten it up enough to prevent water from getting into the box. So after you fully get this cover on, you can just go to your breaker, turn on the power, press reset on your GFCI. That'll hold, and then you can plug whatever you need to plug into your outlet. So here I just noticed that this wasn't fully screwed in properly, so I'm just making sure that's fully secured. So you want to just keep an eye out and just look around just to make sure everything looks tight and secure. I want to thank you guys for joining me today. I hope that you guys were able to learn something from this install. And I do hope that you like and subscribe to my channel to continue to get more videos like this one. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take it easy.